While Americans are freezing and stranded at airports and at the side of frozen highways, Joe Biden has his rump in the sand in the Caribbean. Dozens dead, millions of Americans without power, and those who have it are paying through the nose for heat because of Joe Biden's war on American energy. Didn't the left and the media try to destroy Ted Cruz over going to Cancun during a storm? I haven't heard a peep about Joe's trip. The media only cares when it's a Republican. And Biden doesn't care about infrastructure at all. His bill was a big green scam. And where's Pete Buttigieg? He's the Secretary of Transportation. We knew this storm would mangle our airports and highways days before it hit. How did our Secretary of Transportation prepare? Well, this is what he said last week.
There are things you can do. Certainly a good idea to check frequently with your airline website. A lot of airlines have been offering basically waiving the change fees so that if you want to try to beat the storm or if you can delay your travel a little bit until it clears, you can do that. Definitely encourage people to look into their options there.
He sounds more like a travel agent than the Secretary of Transportation. We don't want to delay our flights. We want to see our families on Christmas, Pete. The 25th still means something to us. It's Jesus' birthday. We celebrate by being with our families and going to church. But that never mattered to Pete. Remember last year? Supply chains were a complete mess. Many families were worried they wouldn't be able to get Christmas gifts. Pete Buttigieg told everyone they're on their own.
I think there's always been two kinds of Christmas shoppers. There's the ones who have all their list completed by Halloween, and then there's people like me who show up at the mall on Christmas Eve. If you're in that latter bucket, obviously there's going to be more challenges.
He's not just a travel agent, he's a lifestyle expert. I'm thinking of bringing him on Fox and Friends Weekend because of that. This year, thousands of Americans spent Christmas in the airport, which is weird because on Christmas Eve, Pete told everyone the worst is behind us. We did it, Joe. We saved Christmas. Tell that to these people.
This is ridiculous. I mean, we've been here for hours. If you look at how many people's in line, there's about 500 people, nowhere to go, people sleeping on the floor. I need compensation. I'm gonna need some compensation.
I just want to get them to their dads for Christmas. And it's already stressful enough putting them on a flight with a child care assistant that you don't know.
Well, I only had the weekend off, so I was flying to my sons in Savannah to see them for Christmas, and my grandson. It was delayed. They didn't cancel it until 2 a.m., which was after all of the car rental places were closed. I'm sorry.
Pete's got a message for them, too. You might have spent Christmas in the airport, but you'll be home in time for Kwanzaa. Is that really what stranded Americans need? The Secretary of Transportation went AWOL, wishing happy Kwanzaa from an undisclosed location. The truth is, Pete Buttigieg doesn't want this job. He thinks he's better than this job. He wanted to be president, but the American people rejected him, and so he's stuck being the airport czar, and he can't even handle that. Anytime there's a crisis, he goes into hiding. When our supply chain snapped, he took a longer parental leave than I did. And I gave birth and I was nursing. When the rail union threatened to strike, Pete took a personal trip to Portugal, basking in the city of Porto as our rail system was on the verge of crumbling. He doesn't want to get his hands dirty. Buttigieg only pops up when he sees a political opportunity, like using taxpayer dollars to buy Chinese solar panels and European windmills that will fall apart in a couple years. Buttigieg only likes talking about roads and bridges if he can call them racist.
I'm still surprised that some people were surprised when I pointed to the fact that if a highway was built for the purpose of dividing a white and a black neighborhood, or if an underpass was constructed such that a bus carrying mostly black and Puerto Rican kids to a beach, or that would have been in New York, was designed too low for it to pass by, that obviously reflects racism that went into those design choices.
Like Democrats always say, never let a good crisis go to waste. Pete found a silver lining in this storm for his own career, of course.
From what I can tell, Southwest is unable to locate even where their own crews are, let alone their own passengers, let alone baggage. So I conveyed to the CEO our expectation that they are going to go above and beyond to take care of passengers and to address this. And I've made clear that our department will be holding them accountable for their responsibilities to customers, both to get them through this situation and to make sure that this can't happen again.
Buttigieg has a new boogeyman, Southwest Airlines, because they canceled 70% of their flights and people are mad. So now Pete sees an opportunity to deflect from his own incompetence.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.